across the wet asphalt. I wear the city like a second skin. The baseline hums through walls and window pane, and I move through it all like nothing gets in. Smoking amber light, the room keeps spinning slow. My glass half full of something I don't name. The mirror catches someone I used to know, almost like me, but hollowed out the same. I keep the lights low, I keep the volume high, I keep my hands closed, I keep my reasons why. Something's breaking where you can't see. I'm burning in the dark for you. The crowd is loud, but I'm see-through. I'm burning in the dark for you. All this fire and I'm still cold. Every room a story told. Burning in the dark for you. You texted at 2 a.m. I read it twice. Deleted my response 3 different ways. I know the architecture of your voice, the exact frequency that makes me care. I build these walls from discipline and pride, but lately I leave cracks along the seam. And when you're not around, I walk too wide, like I'm filling up the space you used to be. I keep the lights low, but I'm running out of night. I keep the volume high, but silence hits like light. I'm almost done pretending I'm alright. Here it is, I don't sleep right anymore. I trace the outline where you used to lie. I said your name into an empty room, just to hear it land somewhere and I don't know how to want you quietly. I'm burning in the dark for you. Burning in the dark for you. Pink and violet wash the avenue. You're laughing at something I didn't say. I watched the light catch everything on you and catalog the ways I'm in the way. Fingertips on brakes, the condensation runs. I'm reading every signal like a map. The wrong contracts whenever what's wrong. That's the part that cuts me open clean. I've memorized the pattern of your laugh and who exactly earns it and for what. I hate that I've been counting, keeping score against the rival you don't know exists. And when you touch my hand, I wanted more than the version of myself that can resist. I notice everything, I notice every glance, I notice how it lingers, I notice how I can't. The ceiling's getting lower and our necks say it out loud. I wanna be the reason, I wanna be the name behind your eyes. I sat across from you in public spaces, performing someone easy and unbothered. And I am not unbothered. Green is all I bleed in the neon. You're arm and I'm a window left alone. Green is all I bleed in the neon. All that light is still live in the cold. Every secret bone and soul. Green is all I see, all I bleed, all I know. All I see in the neon. All I see in the neon. Thinking about it, thinking about it. Thinking violet wash the avenue. Thinking violet. Thinking violet wash. Thinking violet wash. Thinking violet wash the avenue. Green is all I see. All I see. Green is all I see in the neon. Green is all I see. Green is all I see. All I see in the neon. Green is all I Green is all I see in the Go like just from somewhere I can't name. The skyline holds its breath above the haze. You move like contraband through a room, and I've been watching through this pleasant days. Silk and danger stitched into your tone. The city owns a frequency we share. I pour another inch and call it home, and try to not need more than I can bear. I know what this is, I know what it costs, I know how it ends, I know I get lost, but knowing hasn't made me leave the door. 'Cause paradise is poison and I stay. Sweetest kind of damage on display. 'Cause paradise is poison and I stay. All that I want is something hollow underneath. Roses growing up under a thing. Roses growing over everything. 'Cause walked into the wreckage with my eyes wide. I've tasted something better and came back, because better didn't burn the way you do. I'm addicted to the wound. This paradise is venom and I stay. The sweetest kind of damage on display. This paradise is venom and I stay. All that warmth is something hollow underneath. I have chosen you and chosen my defeat. Love is growing over everything. This paradise is poison and I stay. Poison and I stay. Poison and I stay. The highway pulls its ribbon through the dark. Two sets of taillights going separate ways. I drive with one hand, window cracked an inch, and breathe the cold like it fills the space. The radio lands on something we both knew. I let it play until the signal breaks. The city shrinks behind me in the glass, and so do you, and so do you, and so I measure it in miles, I measure it in days, I measure it in pauses, I measure what you say. I think we both know what we're not admitting. The distance between us has its own address. You're all lit up and I am dispossessed. The distance between us has its own address. All that space dressed up like freedom in the cold. Something slipping through my hole. The distance between us has its own address. You asked me if I'm good, I said of course. The way I always do when I am not. I've started leaving early, then I shouldn't. Calling it ambition, calling it a lot. I used to cross the room without a reason. Now every step between us feels designed. I think I've been retreating for so long, I've forgotten what I'm leaving you behind. I measure it in miles, I measure it in weight, I measure it in all the things I say a day too late. I'm running out of room to call this nothing. Here is what the distance actually is. It's me deciding you deserve a version of someone I am not sure I can be. I made this space because I was afraid that close enough would show you everything. its own heartbeat. You're all lit up and I am dispossessed. The distance between us has its own heartbeat. All that space dressed up like freedom in the cold. Every inch of choice I made alone. Distance between us. This undress. Its own address. City hums are slow and different drawn. Our window frames a smear of amber light. I've been awake since sometime after 12, rearranging what I know about tonight. Shades still hold the architecture of a shape. I've trained myself to not reach for it anymore. A screen sits dark on the nightstand like a hell breath. Then your name comes through and breaks the fog. Only when it's late, only when it's dark, only when the others couldn't fill the part. I almost let it ring this time, I almost did. You only call at 2 a.m. when you need saving. The whole world's warm and I'm the one you're rating. You only call at 2 a.m. when you need saving. All the silence in between dressed up in space. Someone else's arms around your face. You only call at 2 a.m. when you need saving. When you need saving. I pick up on a second ring, I heat myself a little. Your voice comes low and textured like an apology. You say you've been thinking, say you missed the middle of something we dismantled carefully. I know this calling's when the sun starts showing. I know tomorrow you won't mention it at all. The worst part isn't knowing it's still answering. The worst part is I keep the ringer on. Only when it's late, only when you're hollow, only when the night has nothing left to swallow. I'm the light you leave on in a house you don't live in. I want you to I don't need past the restaurant we made a habit of. The winter light does something cruel to glass, turns every window into someone's warm. I've been productive, calculated, fine. I filled the calendar with reasons not to think, but somewhere between the last call and the quiet, I find the cracking, pay paper in oversense. I don't wanna miss you, I don't wanna care, I don't wanna reach for something that's not there. And yet here I am, reaching in the dark. I hate that I miss you, but I do. The room is full of everything except you. I hate that I miss you, but I do. All this pride dressed up in cold and hollow air, missing someone I know better than to miss. I hate that I miss you, but I do. I found your number under someone's name, I'd say. Some transparent attempt to make it easier. I've rehearsed not caring like a second language. Speak it well in daylight, fluently. My friends say I seem lighter, and I let them. I nod and take the compliment like change. But in the private hours, I know exactly how the sauce is over. I know who you were to me. I know it wasn't perfect and it cost me, but the mind doesn't grieve what it should. It grieves what it loved, and I loved you badly. That's the part I can't seem to put down. I hate that I need you, and I do. The room is full of everything except you. I hate that I miss you, but I do. All this pride dressed up in cold and hollow air. I have cursed your name and said it like a prayer. I hate that I miss you, but I do. But I do. But I do. You're speaking sodas, ours and candlelight. Your scent is built to feel like coming home. The bar is dark enough to make things soft, and soft enough to make me come undone. I watch the way you work a room like weather, changing pressure, shifting without scenes. I've been around enough to read the pattern, and still I let the pattern pull me in. I know it's velvet, I know it's stressed out, I You've been saving it for just this use. I've heard the cadence of that kind of care. It's precise and practiced and it's still seduced. I let you rewrite things I know by heart. Sad still while you revise the way I see. The coolest part is not that you were lying. The coolest part is what it says of me. I know it's velvet, I know it's engineered, I know the warmth is bottled, I know the end from here. I am watching myself fall and I don't move. You never lied about the things I could prove. That's where the craft is, that's where you live, in the space between the true and the almost true. I wanted something real badly enough, so build it out of what you gave me. You lie so beautifully, it burns to believe. The whole room glows and I'm the only one who grieves. You lie so beautifully, it burns to believe. All that one's constructed, cold beneath the craft. I gave you something I won't get back. You lie so beautifully, I almost believe. Penthouse windows hold the city's pulse. 1,000 lights that don't know any names. You pour the wine like someone who belongs here, and I perform the same. I've learned to wear the evening like a surface. I'm bothered, unreadable, composed, but somewhere in the ritual of pretending, a door swings open that I'm meant to close. Half of your attention, half of your time, half of every answer, half of every light. I keep accepting fractions like they're fine. Half of your heart is where I live. The rooms are bright, but there is nothing left to give. Half of your heart is where I live. All that closeness and a distance I can't cross. Holding everything still at a loss. Half of your heart is where I live. You hold me like a hallet, warm and easy, like something that requires no real thought. I used to tell myself that half was plenty. Now I'm not sure what I've actually got. You were present in a way that goes to present. Occupy a space without the weight. I think I have been loving your pretension and quietly abandoning the weight. Half of your attention, half of your fire, half of every promise stretched across the wire. I'm splitting open down the center line. streetlights blur into a smear. You're talking low about something that happened, and I'm translating every word for what I fear. Your hands move when you speak, I've memorized it. The way the dash light catches your jaw. I've been cataloging all of this like evidence of something I can't bring myself to call. Too close to walk away, too close to stay still, too close to name it, too close and I will. I'm standing at the edge of saying, too close to let go, too close to stay safe. The light is on, but I'm a shadow in this place. Too close to let go, too close to stay safe. All this war between us, dressed in almost midnight, yeah, the closest thing to certain I ever felt. Too close to let go, too close to stay safe. You asked me once what keeps me up at night. I said the usual things and watched you not. I couldn't say that lately it's been you. The thought of losing something I've not named with God. We've been circling for half a season, both too careful and too cowardly to land. I think you feel it in the pauses between sentences, the way I almost took your hand. Too close to walk away, too close to survive this, too close to pretend, too close to dismiss it. I am one quiet moment from the truth.